What do you see the biggest challenges of the 21st century as?
Probably we've already discussed.
We've already discussed the main one probably, but like
yeah, but it's
I would say like external issues.
Yeah.
Not human beings, but like external issues.
We've discussed it, but it wasn't recorded. It was about underpopulation.
See, people think I'm like crazy when I like say this, but it's underpopulation.
There are
elaborate more on why.
You can show this this fragment to your friends and people around you.
The biggest threat to humanity is underpopulation.
Yeah, the biggest, like the best example, and a couple of days ago, I've read a small research and post on it. For example, Japan, they have extreme decrease in population since 1975 or something, and it all has to do with migration and fertility rate, and there are a lot of factors. But to be clear, all the societies after the technological improvement, after the drastic increase in quality of human life, all the societies experience that kind of decrease in population, and it's a kind of well-known fact. And the fertility rate plays a huge role, because if you live well, why you have to have more children and stuff like that. And Japan, as I've mentioned, has one of the biggest challenges right now is underpopulation, because it's decreasing like 0.2 or 0.3% per year. The population, can you imagine? It's like 0.2% per year, like the initial population of Japan. It's huge. It sounds like 0.2%. What the hell is that? But in 5 years, it's like 1%. In 10 years, it's 2%.
Yeah.
It just happens. And also in the European countries as well, in this research, it was stated that by 2050, the annual decrease in the European Union will be 0.5 or 0.4, I'm not sure, 0.4% per year, even more than in Japan and till the end of 21st century, probably, we'll not have enough people. And
but explain why this is bad. If we're looking, because a lot of people think that the world or planet Earth is overpopulated and there isn't enough resources. Elaborate and explain why underpopulation is bad.
I have very good question. I have two things to notice. The first one is a bad distribution of people. Cities are growing and rural areas are just dying out, but the land is here. I'm pretty sure in the US it's kind of the same story. The rural areas are dying out slowly, but dying out, and all the people, younger generations, move to New York, San Francisco, Florida, whatsoever. And that the first thing to mention, the distribution is bad and it should be fixed, like across probably all the societies. Maybe only Switzerland works pretty well, but Switzerland is small and they're pretty evenly distributed, like more or less. But it's a whole nother story. And the second one is a workforce productivity, I would say, because I want to eat something and you want to eat something, and we all want to eat and drink something, and we all want to go to the, I don't know, theaters and cinemas, and we all want many things. And to manage those many things, you have to have people. AI will not replace everything. That's for sure, not at least in our lives. It's I'm pretty convinced that it will not happen, but it will help a lot, but it will not happen. And probably AI will even create more spheres to work in,
Mhm.
such as, for example, this all this cryptosphere, for example.
Mhm.
As AI is also stimulating, and technology is just giving new opportunities to work and to yes, there are so many new positions and job roles that we've never seen or heard about before. Data engineers, 20 years ago, there were no data engineers. Data scientists, 25 or 30 years ago, there were no data scientists. And right now, look, biochemical engineers, some kind of electrical engineers for smart grids. That's,
Yeah.
you understand what I mean, right? So, and to have this workforce, you have to have people for this. And I think if it should, like, those both things should be fixed in the first line. So the distribution across geographically within the countries, just make your rural areas better places to live, just stimulate it. And it's in the first line.
Here's an example of this. So I go to Wisconsin all the time.
Mhm.
I'm from rural Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I live in Chicago. So I grew up on a farm, and I go back. I need personally both the city and the country for me to like thrive as a human being. And my mom, this last time my lease came up for the apartment, and she's like, you could come back here. I said, is your internet fast? Is your internet going to get any faster? No, then I'm not going to live here. And that's like, to me, one of the biggest things about rural areas is like equal opportunity of high-speed internet access.
Perfect example. Really, that's well summarization of why it's important. At least fix the internet in the rural areas.
Yeah.
And more people will come. Fix some hobbies and activities in the rural areas. More people will come. Just like to fix this distribution problem is one thing, because I also sometimes get this feeling that in bigger cities, also in Hamburg is a very big city, there is this overpopulation problem, but it's not. I mean, of course, here, yes, because like people are coming, no place, everything is super expensive. But if you think about like country level, probably if you've mentioned, if you've noticed, all the people who speak about overpopulation are from the bigger cities.
Wait, say that again.
All the people who
talk about overpopulation.
Yeah, they're from the bigger cities.
Yeah.
And over the bigger cities are growing and overpopulated. And that's a very important thing, to go beyond your comfort zone and to have this kind of abstract thinking and apply this abstract thinking on, at least on your country where you're living.
Yeah.
And just have a look on just take your car or buy a ticket for the train and go to the rural areas and ask people if it's like overpopulated, right? Like, for example, in Wisconsin,
yeah,
no, that's the whole point. And of course, like, I feel that Hamburg is overpopulated, that's for sure. But I know I've been to many rural areas in Hamburg and in not in Hamburg, in Germany and in Belarus and in Poland and in Netherlands. 2 houses, like the best example, where our countryside house in Belarus is, there is also like there are 2 countryside areas, like with a lot of houses, 1 and 2, and the first one is full, like really well structured with the roads, and there's like a public beach, and like everything is super. And 20 kilometers away from this area,
Mhm.
like from this cooperative, is like another one. And another one, there are like 60 houses and 50 are closed or destroyed or damaged or inhabitable. And that's what I'm talking about. Give people, and it's also our responsibility to support the local communities to make rural areas better place to live. And you'll fix this distribution, and then you will see we're underpopulated. Then you'll see that we are super underpopulated if you spread all those people back to their homes